everyone, this is Dr. Simal Soin from Aayna Clinic. I'm the medical director and founder of Aayna Clinic. Today we're going to talk about all things Thermage. I have now done Thermage since 2007, and I've always said for the longest time that if you have to do only one treatment in aesthetics and no other, it would have to be a Thermage. And why Thermage? Because what Thermage does is, apart from improving your youthfulness or aging or contouring, which is what, or improving or addressing your slackening skin or sagging skin, it's also good for preventative aging. Now, preventative aging, what does that mean? So, if you're 50, when you do the Thermage and your final result comes, you start looking about 45. And of course, you can't stop the clock. So it goes from 45 onwards. So apart from improving current aging, it's also great for preventative aging. And I realized when I saw people over years who would come back for Thermage once a year, a lot of them, because of the way the face shape improved when they did the treatment, they actually ended up, when I saw them 10 years later, in fact, they looked younger than they'd looked 10 years before. So they would keep coming once a year for Thermage. So Thermage is always, to me, been a very special treatment. I was one of the first people to introduce it in this country. So what does Thermage do? Thermage is a single session treatment, ideally to be done once a year. It's got a small disposable tip which is only specific for that treatment, and it's got a technology in it called monopolar radio frequency. So the way that I would define it is it's a non-surgical facelift. And for the eyes, again, eye Thermage is a wonderful treatment, no other parallel to that in aesthetics, and I would call that a non-surgical blepharoplasty. A quick half an hour treatment for improving hooding of the lids, for improving the wrinkles around the eye area, so your eyes feel lifted, brighter, fresher and rejuvenated. For the face, it addresses your slackening skin, sagging skin, so it improves the contours, it lifts, it tightens, and it does that all through collagen remodeling. And how is the collagen remodeling in this different? Basically, the Thermage tricks the body into a wound healing response. So when wound healing happens, and so it just lifts and it tightens. That's really what the Thermage does. So it improves your double chin. And who is a suitable candidate for Thermage? Again, that's for the doctor to decide. And you could do it on people with very thin faces, with people with even chubbier faces, or younger people, more as a glamorizing and a preventative tool, or to give them little more higher cheekbones and lifting. For older people, really it's good for, we've done it in for all skin types from the age of 30 to 80. But of course, as you get older, you must remember that the collagen, you need collagen to produce collagen. So collagen goes down. So when you have a lot of sagging of the skin, it may not be your best treatment, but otherwise anybody from 30 to 70 is a good candidate. So why should you have Thermage at Aayna? So starters, Thermage is definitely an operator dependent procedure. And why do I know that? Because sometimes people would go and have it, after they've had it once with us, and then they'd go and have it elsewhere, think that it was a procedure like any other with the Thermage provider, and then come back the year later and say that they had it there, but they didn't enjoy the results as much, so they came back to us. So that taught me also that, wow, it really does make a difference, even while we're sure of what results the results that we promise. And the other reason is, of course, if you're good, people come back year on year. They're not going to come back unless they've had a good result the first time. So in terms of the areas that it can target, the full face, of course, then the eyes is a separate treatment because it's a separate smaller tip, because it's used for the upper lid and the lower lid, and it's you put a shield inside the eye to cover the cornea before you do the treatment. Really, what do you feel in a Thermage? It's like a heat sensation in some areas and a little pinprick sensation in some areas, particularly along the jawline. But everyone takes it, and side effects, absolutely none. Nothing at all. And this is somebody talking over years and years of experience. This is the one treatment where I've never ever seen a side effect. You could have some redness while you have the treatment, but it's gone even before you leave the clinic. How do you take care of your face post treatment? On the day that you have the Thermage, do not wash your face with cold water is the only thing that's really important. And while it's nice to have, not have unprotected skin, and make sure that you use a sunscreen, this is not a laser, so it's not directly impacted by going out in the sun without a sunscreen. But of course, that's a great idea for all times to remember that you must have a sunscreen on your face when you go out. I would think that the only other thing that's important is to use a good anti-aging cream to maintain your results with Thermage. Thermage is also an amazing treatment because you can do so many body parts with it. What does it work for? It works for the full face, and it works particularly for the lower face, the double chin, the jawline, where it actually lifts, contours, tightens, rejuvenates. Apart from lifting and contouring, even the improvement in texture that you see with the Thermage is absolutely outstanding. Then secondly, for the eyes, it's great for improving the wrinkles and the crow's feet around the eyes, great for lifting the upper lid, which becomes worse with age. And also if you have very deep set eyes and there's not that many treatments you can do, it opens your eyes out and actually gives you a sparkle in your eyes. Then it's good for the abdomen, it's good for tightening. It's really, because it's a skin tightening device, it's great for skin tightening for people who have crepey skin following weight loss, or if they generally have loose skin even post babies. Then it's good for the upper arms as well also, and occasionally if you want to address loose skin on the thighs. So it's good for all of these areas.